Maybe I should, change the channel names to comment section with Arson Darksea, because I'm always making these videos about these stupid comments I run into. So this guy says his wife is making the dog sleep in bed with him, and he really doesn't want that, but he's a failure as a man because he's not making her. And I'm shocked. There are multiple people suggesting that he divorces her over a dog. Okay? Seriously, people suggesting that he divorces her just because she wants to sleep with the dog in the bed. It's sad that there are always people suggesting divorce over the smallest issues. Good grief. Keep your vows or don't marry the wrong people in the first place. God hates divorce and wants us to be mature enough to work things out. Unless you're cheated on, you probably can't have a legitimate divorce in God's eyes. Just lovingly explain yourself, hear her out, then say that you need to put your foot down about this as the head of the household. She'll live and so will your marriage. You can have a dog bed next to your bed. It's not a big deal. It just gets me how I see this all the time where people will, they'll suggest divorce over the smallest crap. Oh man. Most guys are like this though. They're so wishy-washy, not loyal whatsoever. The smallest issue and they're gone. It's really sad. It's really sad how people throw each other away nowadays. I'm the kind of person where if I commit to you, I'm not gonna go away, pretty much. I mean, I used to have people abuse me for years before I finally had enough because I was losing my mind and I had no choice. Nowadays, I mean, I don't put up with nearly as much as I used to, but I'm not gonna just throw someone away over the smallest crap. It's just insane to me. I don't get it. Like, people are going to have disagreements. You're not always going to see eye to eye on something. So just kindly talk things over. Compromise. Figure it out. Grow up. People just get on my nerves. Everyone's such a sensitive, little wishy-washy, pansy-wansy, and I'm just so sick of it. I feel like the weaker everyone else gets, the stronger I become. Maybe I'm a human vacuum and I'm just sucking in all of the strength that they're leaving behind. I don't know. Oh, my throat hurts. I love that. That's so true. This is a reflection on how lonely people are in our society today. They aren't looking for love anymore because that implies compromise. They are just looking for feelings. Depressing. Seriously, though, love is not a feeling, people. That's infatuation that you're feeling. That's dopamine. People aren't supposed to be drugs, they're people. You're gonna have times where you're not feeling all these exciting feelings for someone, you're not feeling all lovey-dovey. Are you gonna just leave them? And then the next day when those feelings come back, then you come back, then you're just gonna be gone 4 days a week or something? Like, seriously. Love is an action, it's a decision. It's sacrifices that you make. It's doing stuff when you don't want to do it. And knowing that you've chosen somebody, whether it be a friendship or a romantic relationship, you're supposed to compromise and work things out. Like, I'm the kind of person where if I say that you're my best friend, we could go years without talking, and I would still consider you my best friend, probably. Because I guess that's how I was raised. My grandmother, born and raised in France, Aubigny, moved to America and then back to France and then back to America because my grandfather was American and he was in the military. He met my grandmother when he was in the military and went to France and taught himself French just so he had a chance with her. Isn't that amazing? Taught himself a language. Himself. Didn't go to classes or anything, made himself fluent in French just because of how much he loved my grandmother. I mean, it's beautiful. But anyway, I remember my grandmother had this friend who, they were like long distance friends. I think her friend was still living in France, maybe. I'm not sure about that. But I just remember that They were best friends, and they always considered each other best friends for decades, even though they didn't see each other in person, and they only called each other and talked to each other once or twice a year on average. But they still were tight. They still felt close, you know? And that's the kind of person I am because life gets in the way. Sometimes you're busy, sometimes stuff happens. And, you may not be able to talk to your best friend all the time, but I still consider you my best friend. And people just aren't like that anymore. They need constant entertainment and they don't realize they're using a person for entertainment. I don't get paid to entertain people. I'm not Chris Rock. I'm not Wanda Sykes or whoever. Like, seriously. And they don't realize that. They don't realize that they come to you for that entertainment, for the good feelings. And then whenever you're talking about something that's sad or low, or you're having any kind of disagreement or misunderstanding, they just want to leave because all the good vibes are gone now. And that's all they wanted you for. With me, I don't mind talking to somebody a long time about issues. Just, like if we have a misunderstanding, if there's some kind of problem, and even if it takes all day for us to figure out how to, work out and compromise, I don't have a problem with that. And I'm not going to get all bent out of shape and start hyperventilating or yelling or getting all upset, as long as the other person isn't escalating things. Because I'm calm and I'm interested in working this out so we can go back to having a decent time. Because I'm not just using you for entertainment. You're a person, you're a human being, and I understand that misunderstandings happen, and I just don't understand why people are like this. Oh my gosh, well, I kind of do. All the instant gratification in society, so much time on their phones, so much time being able to control what they experience. You can rewind somebody on your screen, you can make them shut up, you can talk over them, and it doesn't matter. And I think you just kind of lose that practice of being a decent person and having manners and being patient and compassionate with people. Anyway, that's my rant for the day.